Get down. Listen, I gotta make this video because I saw Lucas Tracy make a video and he didn't know if he wanted Khamzat to come out sprint or if Khamzat to mess around and play around and pace himself and hang around on the feet. I want neither. This is the best game plan for Khamzat boy Chimaev. You got Team Habib and Habib himself coming out saying Khamzat's the better boxer, so Khamzat can't strike with this guy. Whoopty whoopty whoop. Listen, if Khamzat comes out with this face and he sprints across that octagon, it could be a fatal mistake in this fight. I'm going to tell you why. Khamzat Chimaev, this should be the game plan for Khamzat Chimaev. Right? Now, it's going to be hard for Khamzat Chimaev to just change because he's a guy who's looking for the finish. He can still do that. But pace, in on the legs, control yourself. Pace, pressure, control yourself. Pace, pressure, control yourself. Flow. Let the fight flow. Don't sprint. Let the fight flow. Not necessarily Kamaru Usman versus Buckley, though. Not necessarily Bilal versus Leon, where Bilal did backpack. Bilal versus Leon would be good. Backpack, look to hunt, backpack. Kind of rest in those positions while you have the back, but making him work, making him stress. But it's funny that Habib's coming out talking about Khamzat because I think Habib is the perfect guy to get Khamzat ready for this fight. And I want to introduce you guys to a philosophy. Break, then finish is better than sprinting. Now, using our hindsight, Habib was always going to do that to Conor McGregor. But let's not forget, in the middle of that, a lot of people thought Conor McGregor was going to defend Habib's takedowns like he did against Chad Mendes and knock Habib out. A lot of people thought if Conor McGregor comes out there and Conor McGregor can make Habib work and tire him out and then on the feet, break, then finish. It's better than sprinting. Break him, take him down against his will. If he gets back up, take him down again. Take a dominant position. Get your Dagestani handcuff. Take his back. Get a hook in, even if it's just you're on the side. And punch, break, wilt. Leave him with nothing. I've been seeing the training. I've been seeing the conditioning he's been doing. Let's not just waste all that just for the sprint. Because if I'm Khamzat, I'm looking at this and I'm like, if this fight was 5 rounds, who wins this fight? I think we all know it's Kamaru Usman. And he sprinted. And he got Kamaru Usman in a crazy position. Nobody does that to Kamaru Usman. Nobody. We know this. And he can do that to anybody. And we know if Khamzat comes out and he sprints, he can beat anybody, can finish anybody. But I'm looking at DDP and I'm like, DDP is very, very similar to Kamaru Usman. He's not as good of a wrestler. Right? He's not as good of a wrestler. But the thing is, with Khamzat in the first round, it doesn't matter how good of a wrestler you are. You're getting taken out. It's just what you do when you're on the ground. Tripod. Tuck your chin. Tripod. Fight the hands. Tripod. If I'm DDP, I go to my back. I put him in my guard. Make him work. Make him grind. If I'm DDP and he's trying to sprint, okay, I'm going to my back. I'm not going to my knees. I'm going immediately to my back, and I'm making him grind. Because, look, DDP is going to get taken down. I don't think Khamzat would struggle to take DDP down at all, especially in the first round. From DDP, I'm making him go to my fence. I'm making him work me against the fence. I'm making him muscle me. Muscle up my big, huge frame. I'm making him muscle me. Muscle me in the body. Like I'm making him muscle me in a high crotch. I'm making him muscle me against the fence. I'm making him drag me down. And then after I make him do that and I know I'm going down, I'm going to my back. I'm going to my back. That's the thing with Khamzat. Khamzat's shooting in on these guys so fucking fast. It's easier said than done. Khamzat's so fast to where by the time he's in and you're sprawling, he didn't already went around to the back. He's on your back, and now he's in a very advantageous position. But if you land on your back, you put him in your guard. We haven't seen him have to pass the guard. Go to your back. Put him in your guard. Close your guard. Make him have to work the pass. It's 25 minutes. Make him have to work the pass. Work the side control. And then get your hook back, get half guard. Close your half guard once he's in there. Now make him have to fight and claw. Make him have to do that. Don't get caught into a scrambling. If you're DDP, you don't want to get caught into a scrambling battle. You're not going to beat he's just so much better than you. Technically. Strength for strength, it might be close, but technically he's just so much better than you. You don't stand it, especially in the open mat. That's why I say get to the fence. Khamzat in the open mat is the best in the world. Open mat wrestling, you're getting smoked. And if he's in on your hips, well, he's going to go around to the back. And now you're open mat. You don't have a fence to help you as another defender. You're cooked. But I'm telling you, if Khamzat comes out here and he sprints, and DDP is making him work, and he's on his back, and he's closing his guard, and he's against the fence, he use all his muscle, he's building up that lactic acid, and then we get into the third round, this cannot happen. And I'm tired of people saying Khamzat's gas tank isn't that bad. It's just he sprinted and he was compromised. Fuck that. I'm tired of hearing about everybody's compromising a fight, especially if something happens in a fight. Everybody's compromising a fight. Fuck that. People pick and choose when they want to say that. Nobody talks about how Alex Pereira was compromised against Magomed Ankalaev. Nobody talks about how Magomed Ankalaev was much faster. Magomed Ankalaev speed mogged him, and Alex Pereira was cooked in a rematch and it's fucking done. Healthy or not. But with this guy Khamzat is like, bro, he was compromised. Bro, he just did that. And he was fucking hurt. That's why the fight was so close. Fuck that. His gas tank is not bad. It's just the way he utilizes his gas tank, which is bad, which makes his gas tank in second, third, and maybe fourth and fifth rounds bad. It's bad. That's what makes it bad. It's the utilization of it. And if we're on the feet, Khamzat took Kamaru Usman down in the third round. But it wasn't, Lucas Trey said this in the video, it wasn't, oh my gosh, super stressful moment. Kamaru Usman, fight the hands, fight the hands. No, it was Kamaru Usman's, he's getting his base back up. Kamaru Usman's back up. We're back at range. And the fact that Khamzat Chimaev was able to take down Kamaru, because Kamaru Usman wasn't tired. Kamaru Usman had 2 more rounds in him easily at the end of that fight. Barely broke a sweat. But if he was able to take down Kamaru Usman while he was tired as fuck, that means if he utilizes his cardio, he'll be able to take DDP down whenever he wants over the course of a fight if he doesn't sprint. That's what I'm trying to say. Because DDP's takedown defense isn't really that great. On record, he hasn't fought an opponent who's tried to take him down in a while since Robert Whittaker, so we don't really know the improvements that he's made, and he's wrestling hard, and I'm pretty sure he's going to offer much more resistance than he did Robert Whittaker, especially since he knows the shot's coming. But in the third round, and we're here, and you got this look in your eye, and you're like, and yeah, he's pretty fast. You know, he's a former welterweight, he's pretty fast in his hands. He has power in his hands, but defensively, he's not there, especially if you're tired. And yeah, he took Khamzat down. He took Kamaru Usman down in the third round, but I said earlier, he's technically just much better than DDP. Technique goes out of the window when you're gassed. It goes completely out of the window when you're gassed. And in this third round, if this was DDP, DDP's putting it on Khamzat, making Khamzat go backwards, blitzing, putting it on him, feeding him hips whenever Khamzat tries to level change, and Khamzat does not level change going backwards. He doesn't. This cannot happen against DDP or Khamzat. He's cooked. Break, then finish. Team Habib. Tell this guy, break, then finish. First takedown, take your time. Get an advantageous position, soften him up and see if it's there. But don't get in on chokes that aren't even there. You aren't even on the chin, but you're just fucking squeezing like he's done multiple times. It worked against Whittaker, but he's done that against multiple opponents where it's not even there. Then he's tired as fuck. And he has to wait a minute or two. And then try it again. Like, no. That's just utilizing unnecessary energy when realistically you're probably the better fighter than DDP with your wrestling. If you utilize that gas tank, you can break, then finish. Now, DDP is a guy who doesn't really get tired, but he slows down in fights. But the thing is, when he slows down, he's imposed his will so much and he's made you go through so much to where you have slowed down as well. And damn near it's even. And then that's when my goofy pop, and my blitzing, just take what you give me, that style works. Break, then finish. Break, then finish. Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Habib versus Conor McGregor. Habib versus Dustin Poirier. Habib versus anybody. Break, then finish. Because the thing that Khamzat has that Habib didn't, Khamzat has the submission skills of Habib. Khamzat has the fence wrestling of Habib. Maybe not as good, but Khamzat has the open mat wrestling that is much better than Habib's. Habib needs to press you with that strike and get you against the fence, and now you're against the fence, you're fucked. That's why everybody's game plan against Habib, move around and don't get backed up into the fence. Open mat, Khamzat has the open mat wrestling to where if you're against the fence or in your open mat, I can still take you down when I want to. Utilize that energy, get your advantageous positions, and just chill. Just chill. I'm not saying just ride a decision, but just chill. Chill a little bit, dial it back. Don't rush things. Let the fight flow. And I think he can beat DDP. If he fights this style, I think he can beat DDP in a 25-minute fight. Break, then finish is greater than sprinting. Remember that. If he comes out here and sprints against DDP, he does not get that finish in that first round. How do you think that fight plays out? A lot of people's like, yeah, you say that, but fuck it, it won't make it there. Who cares? Like I said, I know Khamzat can do that to anybody in the world. But if it doesn't happen, how does that fight play out over the next 20 minutes? This is a much more efficient style, and it's been shown to just be very, very successful from everybody who implements it. That's all I'm saying, bro. Utilize it. You're doing a bunch of conditioning, a bunch of strength training, a bunch of cardio training. Don't just do it for a 5-minute burst. Spread it out a little bit. That's all I gotta say. I had to touch on this. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think break then finish is better than sprinting? Do you guys think that he can literally fight the Habib style and win fights much more efficiently? Or have a more efficient style for the upper echelons of the division? Or do you think he should just go in there and sprint because he only knows one way? And if he changes the way he fights, he won't be the same fighter. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know they enjoy it like you did. I really want to know what you guys have to think about this method. Break, then finish. Greater than sprinting. I want to hear it. You ain't got to go home, so I get about him, man. Yate.